Hi, in this Excel tutorial, we'll go over 3 ways to make a macro button in Excel. We'll first assign a macro to a button using a form control in the Developer tab. Then we'll assign a macro to a shape. And lastly, we'll assign a macro to a picture. And by the way, if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for even more tips. To create our first macro button, we'll go to the Developer tab, and in the Controls section, click on Insert, and under Form Controls, click on the one that says Button. Then on your spreadsheet, draw out the shape of a button and assign the macro that you'd like to run from it. In this case, we'd like to format this table, so we'll select Style Table and click OK. From here, we can rename the button, so we can call it Style Table. And we'll exit out of it, and then we can click the button just like any other button to run our macro. To assign a macro to a shape, go to the Insert tab, and in the Illustration section, click on Shapes. Select any shape that you want and draw it out. So let's go with the 5-point star. And then we can even go to Shape Effects and format it so it looks a little more like a button. And we simply right-click and select Assign Macro to our shape. And for this example, let's select Format Report. And like the button we created earlier, clicking on the shape will run our macro. Oh, and let's add a label to it so we don't forget it's a macro. So we'll right-click on it, select Edit Text, and I'll just write macro. To assign a macro to a picture, go back to the Insert tab, and in Illustration, select Pictures. Now you can also select from online pictures and search for a picture that way, but I've already saved a picture of my dog that I want to assign a macro to, so we'll use that. To select the picture, click Insert and then resize it and format it how you like. We'll move it over a little bit and right-click and select Assign Macro, and then select the macro that you'd like to assign to it and click OK. Now, just like our other buttons, simply clicking on the picture will execute the macro. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to assign a button to a macro in Microsoft Excel. If you did, please make sure to like the video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks.